or to ni'mah of Allah. And as I said, sometimes it's very difficult to understand the ni'mahs of Allah, the wisdom of Allah. And if we don't understand this, then we are at loss. A big ni'mah, everyone should have the desire that I can become wealthy or rich or well off. And it is there, it is present in people. So what's the difference between doing it correctly or incorrectly? Is the way we utilize the ni'mah that Allah Ta'ala gives to us. When Allah gives us a ni'mah, a gift or a favor, because we don't understand this ni'mah, we have a desire inherent, so we have focused this desire all 100% onto the dunya, in terms of benefiting the dunya, that we can become rich in this world. And we've utilized this desire for the benefit of our lives in this world. And then a person works hard all day long, night long, I want to become rich, I want to become rich, I want to become rich. And we have not understood that what in reality is this ni'mah that Allah has given to us. We haven't understood. Now, to become rich, wealthy, was not for the world in reality, not for the sake of the world. And if we turn this desire towards reality, then Allah Ta'ala has given us this desire for this reason, so that we can become wealthy in the akhirah, in the hereafter. So the desire is present. The desire is there from day one. We think that, this is a desire for the world, for the dunya. And so we focused and practiced this desire onto this world. But in reality, Allah Ta'ala says that if this desire of becoming wealthy and rich was for this world, then why would you leave this world at the end of life? Why would we leave this world? Why would we depart from this world again? Has anybody departed with the dunya at the end of life? Or is there a value of the dunya? But the desire is there to dunya. So we haven't understood what was the reality. That this desire that Allah Ta'ala created within us to become rich and wealthy, we should turn it, flip it, not towards the dunya, but towards the akhirah, the hereafter, become rich in the hereafter. Yes, this desire of becoming rich and wealthy, Allah Ta'ala created it for the hereafter. Our home, our mother, we've changed ourselves. Look what's happened. And we take mockery, and people might scold or hit or beat somebody. But no, I want to become rich, so I'll sacrifice my comfort. But all we see at the end of the day is a person in the coffin, and we don't see that the checkbook's going with that person, or the bank statement. The mother's passing away here, the father's passing away, something else, she's crying. But we cannot go back to see the parents. Imagine this, that how a person, he has elevated this desire of getting wealthy, and he has rejected others in Islam. We look at those people whose parents have passed away, and father, mother could not reach to the janazah. Why? We've come for the deen here, and we are here for the deen, and we cannot see our parents who are passing away. This is deception. What is the real reason why we've come? To become rich. When we become rich and we become old, and then our children, then we have to see the games nowadays. We hear and we see what happens between the children and the parents. If you can stop me, stop me. You can't stop me. And this wrong action, we cannot stop it. And I tell you the truth, the reality, that the person who comes and the time that will come ahead, it will get worse. The society will get worse. Generations will be more spoilt. And we have a desire of 1%, and the generation to come, they will have 100% ratio-wise desire, that my desire is dunya. My father came and I'm going to earn as well. And you can try hundreds of Qur'ans and try to make thousands of masjids. I tell you the reality though, it is impossible. It is not possible. Why? Because that ni'mah of Allah Ta'ala's, we have utilized it incorrectly, that Allah gave to us, and we took the wrong step to try to get that ni'mah. Do this job and then do that career, follow this pastime and career. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that for you to become wealthy and rich in the hereafter, I have given you the means and the methods. What are those methods? What is the sabab? What are the resources and the methods, the techniques? They are called deeds. Yes? Pious actions. Yes. And these are the means to become wealthy in the hereafter. What we call good deeds, pious actions. And Allah has given us so many spread out, the full array. You understand? Kathir. Allah says, I've given you kathiran kathira. So many opportunities to do good deeds in excess. Allah said in the Quran, if you do a good deed, a an atom's weight, then on the scale, your deeds will get very weighty and heavy. Look at the shan, Allah's glory. We have to think here, shall I do this job, I'll get more money. If I do that job, I'll get more salary. If I run this business, I'll get more turnover. If I become a dentist, I'll get this and that. We think like this, don't we? So Allah Ta'ala said, don't worry about that. If you want to become wealthy in the hereafter, then I've given you many resources and methods that you will have stacks of good deeds. Allah says, open the doors. If you look at somebody and smile, you'll get a good deed in the hereafter. Yes? And if you extend the hand of friendship and smile to somebody, you'll get a good deed. If you're walking by somewhere and you see a branch on the ground, you move it out of the way to remove the obstacle, you get a reward. If you eliminate somebody's difficulty, you'll get a good deed. And these will be why do we respect the walis of Allah? Why do they feel that they don't want people to give them salam? Or why do we want to run after the walis of Allah and give them salam and assist them and serve them? Because we are poor, and the walis of Allah are the wealthy individuals in the hereafter, and they are owner of the greatest assets in the hereafter. After some days or months, we will see what is their maqam and their status. Professions to become wealthy. Allah says that I've distributed all the good deeds in the world today, and let's see what is the highest ibadah, or what is the highest form of action that can make a person most wealthy in the hereafter. If I tell you, will you do it? Truthfully? Honestly? Put your hands up, let me see. MashaAllah, shabash. Very good, well done. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not hidden this deed that will make a person most wealthy in the hereafter. We've got fasting, hajj, salah, and many different types of good deeds and worship. Keep on doing them and keep on earning. But who will be the most wealthiest in the hereafter? Say subhanallah. Whose status will be the highest, very elevated, not hidden. Not hidden. Quran, even if he doesn't know, and the Quran has told that person, and the Hadith has told that person, and both things will be presented at your service. So we say that this person has studied and embarked on a very successful profession. He's bought this building and he's put it out on rent, and he's made more flats inside, and he's very, very intellectual and clever. He's earning crust and money, and his shop was selling, and look how he was clever and smart. Overnight he struck the bargain, and look at his children, they're smart and they're clever. What does Allah Ta'ala say? الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبٍ وَيَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Who are these people? أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Allah Ta'ala says that you are promoting and praising the people of the dunya, and Allah says, I will tell you are the people of understanding, and who are clever and intellectual, who have earned most for the hereafter, and who have the most successful business in the hereafter. Allah says, I will tell you, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا. Subhanallah. And what is the Quran saying? Allah, our Rabb, is saying that their selection of a profession, an action, a pastime is the best. All the good deeds I gave them. Most intellectual and a person of understanding is that person who selects the dhikr of Allah to become rich in the hereafter. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. The whole universe, Allah says, from all of the people in the world, most clever and intellectual and smart is that person. Allah says, I give you so many good deeds, but if you've preferred the dhikr of Allah as the action, then you will be the most richest and the wealthiest person in levels and grades and heights that can be achieved. We see people doing dhikr from their mouth, from their tongue, but dhikran katheer, Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran, and the pious elders have done the commentary of this verse. That what does Allah mean by dhikran katheer? Then Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ, that do dhikr katheer, Allah says. And those people in the hereafter will be the most richest, and the wealthiest will be those dhakireen who did dhikr in their heart silently, didn't waste a second. The person who did dhikr in the heart, who did maraqabah, the dhikr of the heart, that person didn't do dhikr from his tongue, rather he did dhikr from where? From the depths and the beats of the heart. So that individual, when he's sleeping, he's not ghafil. When he's running his business, he's not a ghafil. And when he's with his wife and children, he's not a ghafil. Why? Because his machine, the heart, is ticking along to the remembrance of Allah. That's why.